Lochano kinganamgela with live bush camps chat with Khaya Tlou. Hello, good evening, good day, good morning, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Khaya, my name is Tlou, and welcome to my beautiful show that plays every Wednesday, 7 p.m. South African Standard Time, and we are coming to live from the Greater Kruger National Park here in South Africa. It's a beautiful continent we call Africa. So we are on the southern part of Ballo Nature Reserve here in this beautiful land called Pridelands Conservancy, and who's on camera with us is... There was Marcel here, but Marcel is gone, and we have Matthew Key on FC, and we really apologize for starting the show very late because we had some technical issues. Thank you for your patience, and yeah, we really appreciate you waiting, and we really appreciate your time and all your comments here. I can see who's with us this evening. It's Janice, we have Mary, we have Carol, Joanne, Wheeler, Rosalind, Atropper, Wendy, we have Jenny, I can say Prena. Really appreciate your time and really appreciate you joining and living whatever you're supposed to be doing and watching my live fish camps chat. Yes, so today it's going to be very interesting because what are we going to do? We're going to be chatting more about camera trap videos because Maddie had some few camera traps around HQ, and what was seen there was super amazing close shots of these beautiful animals, especially the nocturnal species. Also saw a few of animals that are diurnal, and yeah, that was after we saw a leopard carp around the camp, and that's why Matthew set up some camera traps around here so I can see whether we'll manage to grab the sighting of that beautiful cat. But I don't think there's a leopard in those camera traps because there's kind of places where the leopards will easily climb, will do sneak underneath the fence, because leopards, you can't really keep them away from jumping a fence because they can jump a fence just like wild dogs. And yes, Sugi, hello. Yes, the sound didn't want to come from my mic to you, and so that that's why we were so late. And then Matthew and Marcel, they were like very busy running up and down because I'm not a very technical guy, so I was like just watching and testing my mic. But yeah, everything now is fine, and thank you. And what we'll be doing, you can see at the back here we have a screen from our TV, so these are live cameras that are installed from here in Pridelands going to our neighboring reserve, which is called Boston, that's Kwanga. We have two cameras there, live cameras, and here we have two. We have this one next to me, which is Critter Cam there, and then we have Hyena Cam, and then we have the third one, which is Elephant Cam. And we also have a camera in Cape Town, which is Penguin Cam. We have the one Rochekkloof, the Sutherland, the Western Cape, and we also have Saviti. Saviti is just on the northeastern part from where we are right now. And then we have Boskamp. Boskamp is just a few kilometers outside Hoedspruit, so that's our closest town. Oh, Kitty, I can see you, Ida. I can see you. Good evening, Ida Chikudu. Surname means rhino. I don't know whether it's a black or white rhino, but I think it's a white rhino. And my surname is Tlou. It's an elephant, so I'm heavier than you, Ida. Yeah, so Mary will be playing our multi-view screen, and so maybe we'll be able to see all these beautiful nocturnal species being active at this time of day, because just right at the end of our drive we saw a beautiful bird which is called a fiery-necked Niger. So, and just 2 minutes before I went live, there was a lion roaring outside. So I think it might be a male. I wasn't sure of that because it's quite far. It's in the north, so I think it's still in Chachana. Maybe it will be coming out to the southern part, and the southern part will be pridelands, so we'll be happy to have lions here, because it's been like 2 days without seeing lions. But yeah, hopefully they'll be coming back. And yes, Mary, let's start our multi-view and get to our live cameras, brother, and see what they have for us. NET, jumbo NET. So where are we starting, Mary? Are we starting with oh, beautiful, we have elephant cam 1. That's right outside our house, and we see all sorts of beautiful things here. It's happening live. You can see it's the 25th of May 2022. That's 1924, just 24 minutes after 7 p.m. So there's nothing really happening, but you can see hyenas walking past here. You can see elephants coming to drink, and leopards. Then we go into elephant cam 2. That's where we see leopards, lions, all sorts of beautiful things. There's nothing in the meantime, and impalas, I'm sure they're away from this area because it's quite thick around this area. They moved a little bit westerly direction from where this camera is facing, because this camera is facing straight to the east, so they move straight west there, because that's where there's this beautiful open area called Impala Plains. They love that area. So let's go to elephant cam 3. Yes, elephant cam 3. You can see it's pointing straight north. That's where the sound of that lion roaring came from. So if maybe it was a little bit closer, we could have had it just right coming from the camera. Yes, now we're going to another one. So there's nothing. These cameras are 3, but in one area, just looking at different angles. This is pridelands hyena 10. So it's beautiful, but it's not really active these days. It tends to be active sometime, because the cubs that we know, they're a bit grown now, so they don't spend much time inside the den side. So they decided to follow their mothers and their brothers and their cousins when foraging. So we might see one coming in, or might see one maybe lying about there, because it's quite thick, and the bush is very tricky this time, because we are receiving a lot of rain, and we've received just more than 70 mils of rainfall this past weekend, so that our dams are quite full, and that's great. And it simply means other animals will be sticking around Prideland for quite some time, just like elephants. They don't have to walk far north in the Kruger Park to have all their special menus. So we do have all sorts of things that they can cater for elephants around, and the bush is still green and thick. And I'm sure this year, I believe, we might burn this year, because the bush will be thick when the rainy season comes again. That's summer. And Mary, let's go to another video, brother. Jenny, yes, you have to tell me, keep my shoes on when you're digging with a spade. Yes, because I enjoy walking barefoot, but yeah, because now I have my Rogue Fellies, and I have to keep them on all the time, and they're so comfortable and they're so nice. So this is my favorite camera. It's Creator Cam. There's nothing much happening here. Sometimes you see all the jabbers coming in, the civets coming in. I can see earlier, I think earlier yesterday, yes, you saw a guy digging in there. So the guy who helped us in the camp, so his name is Mr. Zita. That's his second name, actually, surname. So I just made some few diggings there, and then I left because I was a little bit busy. And then Mr. Zita just joined there. And not Zita, Nyati, yeah. His surname is Nyati, not Zita. Nyati means buffalo. So you can see there, VMP is trying to create a nice, bigger dam. So we are going to make this Creator Cam look a little bit bigger, so it attracts some of bigger animals, or more animals. Maybe we'll see snakes, we'll see all sorts of beautiful things around here. So there's nothing really happening tonight. Maybe we might see an owl coming to drink, but let's check some more live cameras. Betty B723, we've been missing a lot lately. Yeah, but it's great catching up, because now we're catching up on these clips on what happened last. Oh, I think there's something walking there. You can see on the right hand side of the screen. This is happening live. It's Sutherland in Tlou. So that was a springbok walking about. So I also prefer open plains. Oh, beautiful. So you can't really see the coloration of that animal. It has nice, beautiful golden color, black stripe on its belly, and the under part of their belly is a bit white, and their tail, their back, the tail, it's beautifully white there, and it's very fluffy. You'll see them sometimes opening those that pouch there at the back. It's beautiful when they do that, especially when they start trotting or bouncing. So that's what they do. And maybe let's go to another one, brother. So you can see there's a camp there. You can see the light. So this is Boskamp. What a hole. So we see all sorts of beautiful things. Because this is the camera, I saw a huge group of kudus. It was so great to see such, because we don't really see them here because it's very thick, and the kudus, they prefer to be in these thick areas. So that's why they, when they walk, you'll see them, they step register. So it minimizes the level of noise, and they spend much time in these thickets because they know that they blend in so well, and they sometimes freeze when they see that the predator is walking by, and that predator, listen to that. I don't know whether you can catch it. It's a lion roaring. But I think if you can go to elephant camp, you might hear that lion roaring. Oh, Suki, you have an owl box hoping for some spoiled owls. Beautiful. Yeah, having owl box is nice because in some areas where there's lots of owl activities. Oh, listen there. Elephant camp too. Maybe we might hear something. It stopped, but immediately when Maddie, because Maddie is quite closer to those cameras and where the lion is roaring, so he's down at the main house, he will quickly switch to this camera when the lion roars again. And outboxing, yeah, in some areas it's so heartbreaking because some parts of South Africa, they believe that owls are not great birds. Oh, God, a live animal. It's a worm on a penguin camp. Where, Maddie? Maddie has a live animal for me. Oh, what is it, black thing? It's like a millipede. Hey, look at that. Thank you, Maddie. How do you see that, brother? Yeah, it looks like a millipede of some sort. Or it looks like a worm, but I can't really see what that is. Because you can't really see the coloration because of the... Oh, and we have something passing by on Tlou. Our live cameras are very busy. So that is springbok, one of the well-known antelopes in South Africa, and the springboks. It's a logo for our rugby team, South African rugby team. Oh, look at that! And it's also active during this time of the day. And that's why they live in groups, and they can live in huge groups, making sure that they're looking or watching in different angles so that they know if the predator arrives or it's just sneaking about. You can see that one is taking a little bit of a pee, and I think it's doing some extras. It's moving away from the camera, so I think it needed some privacy. That's why it started peeing a little bit far away from the camera eye. Yes, there you go. Look at that. There's something moving there. That's penguin camp. Yeah, the worm is still there. So this worm is busy in someone's nest while the owners are still away. So that nest belongs to African penguins. Yes, I was saying about the owls. Some places, what happens is they really need owl boxes because some people in townships, they really cut down trees and stuff, and then birds like owls, they sometimes leave the area. But if you can plant a lot of trees, that might help, and sometimes the owl boxes can really help. But some places are so difficult and very tricky because they believe that owls are bad omen or are bad birds to have around. But yeah, there's myths that revolves around owls. They make owls very vulnerable. And yeah, we've seen all our live cameras and that we're leaving today. They're living up to their name, live cameras. And yeah, and what's going to happen during the course of the show, we have beautiful animals, actually creepy crawlies around here. And we're going to have a moment with this microscope and see what we can find, because I have a spider, I have a frog skeleton, I also have a dragonfly, but the dragonfly, it looks like it doesn't have its complete abdomen. Oh look, but yeah, we'll get to that. So what I'll do now, I'll go to the pre-recorded clips that we got from our live cameras, and they're not as plenty. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after that we'll be looking at our trap cameras, what they've captured while they were looking into the bushes. Just Mary, a lion. Wow, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I don't know whether they've had that. It's quiet now. Whoa. Ready? What are we gonna do now? I'm going to play with my mobile keyboard. And I will start with my 4 pre-recorded clips that we will press play. Yes, Mary, it's playing. And let's see, we have the one from the 18th of May. That was Boskamp, Waterhole. And I want to see what's happening there. So you can see there's a common duiker. And sometimes in darkness you might think it's a steenbok, but you can see the size is much bigger than a steenbok, and the steenbok's ears are much larger than this one of a common duiker. You think there's a second one, and most of the time we see these antelopes in the bushes, and they are monogamous, but in most cases we see them or just individually so, because they sometimes spend a lot of time while they are mating or when they are breeding. So they just move a little bit away from each other when that part is over. Just like the steenboks, what they do is they mate for life, but what's so interesting is that the male and the female are super territorial or highly territorial, and then they will be having their own territories next to each other. So when they have to mate, or when the mating season comes, then they're not far away from each other, and then they start mating. And then when that mating season is complete or is done, then they move to their own different territories. So we'll be going to the next one. Yes, going to the next one, Mary. Yes, now it's playing. So we have these beautiful animals. So you can see these two are young Nyala bulls. So it's so interesting seeing these Nyala bulls, because we don't really see Nyalas here. We do sometimes, because they are such a shy animal sometimes, and they live in thick areas. That's where they prefer to be. And what's so interesting, a male and a female Nyala doesn't look the same, especially the adults, but a young male Nyala looks exactly the same as the female Nyala in terms of coloration, and it starts changing. So what happens is the female will be mature, sexually mature very quicker compared to the male, because they will be sexually mature around 12 between 12 and 18 months there. And you can see their horns, they're still short, and they have vicious horns, and they don't really use them, especially when in terms of mating season, in terms of mating or fighting for mating rights. So Nyalas, because they do this dance that is well known, Nyala dance, and then if that doesn't work, then that's when they will decide to fight physically. So because they just like dancing, and this is CVT. You can see this one right here on the screen is a bit older than the one that passed, that didn't have a drink. And beautiful animals. Yes, Suki, we don't really see a lot of duikers because they prefer thick areas, and they are mostly active during the night. They prefer the nighttime compared to daytime. We do see them during the day feeding, but their special time is nighttime. And yeah, let's go to the next one. Listen to that. Let's pause it. Maybe the lion is back. Oh, it's quiet now. It's quiet now. Let's continue. Yeah, this lion is playing hide and seek with its voice. No, maybe you won't hear the lion roar through my mic because it's quite a distance. But I think Mary can catch it with one of the cameras thing. So yes, let's continue. My video was paused, and here we have Critter Camp. This is the 19th of May 2022. Just in the morning we have this beautiful bird that we normally see, but it runs away from us. Most of the time we see the crested francolins and the Swains spearfowls, but these ones, it's the Graven francolin. You can see the different in terms of coloration. The second one with this beautiful orange legs, so I believe this is the male and female. And you can see the yellow beak and the greyish head. So beautiful to watch these birds. And they are very shy compared to the two that we see. So drinking Critter Camp. So they will be lucky very soon because the dam will be much larger, so that it can allow them to have a swim. So let's go to the next one, Mary. We have one of my favorite animals that I wish to put on camera sometime, because it's been a while not putting one on camera. Oh, look at that! So these are vervets, call them vervets, or call them the vervet monkeys, or some people they call them the blue boys, because they have a blue scrotum, the males. And what's so interesting is that the females are attracted to these males with bright colorful blue color on of their scrotum. That's why you will see the males sitting on in a tree or just on top of a pole or a tree stump with his legs wide open. Here the one comes, and this one, please do not leave your windows open when you're camping, because you'll hate them for a minute. And then we're going to our trap cameras. These are the 4 pre-recorded clips that I've gathered. And then what I will do, I will start with the trap cameras. We have, how many? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then after that, we're going for viewer photos. Yes. Mary, let's continue with, oh, look at that. So this was the 18th of May 2022. That was just 3 minutes before 10 p.m. and that was a civet. So this is just right next to 1. Yeah, this is Elicam, just right next to Elicam 1. And you can see the fence. This is the fence that is keeping away the elephants, or preventing away animals to sneak into our property or into the camp. Hey Ray K, can see you there. Yes, and even this fence, what's so interesting, this fence doesn't have electricity. So some animals, they must have, especially the monkeys, you will see them touching the fence or touching the wire, and you will see one of these clips, there's an animal actually that's sneaking just right underneath the fence there. Let's go to another clip, Mary. Yes, we have this beautiful clip of this porcupine. Look how close this siding is. Look at those beautiful claws, very sharp, and they know that predators, they have to think twice. And there's a lot happening, just that we don't really see it. And having these trap cameras is very great because it catches all the animals, all the activities that are happening just around us. So it shows how much animals are just around this yard. And let's go to the next one. Let me pause. Let's go to elephant camp, brother. It's roaring. Yes. Wow, it's quiet now. I think it's getting closer and closer and closer. Or sometimes lions, they can just roar while they lying flat on their side. Sometimes they roar while walking, and sometimes they just roar while sitting. So it might be doing one of between the three. And yes, it is a porcupine attrapper. Right, okay, this is a porcupine. It was a porcupine. So this one, it's a common duiker. Just look at that, beautiful. This is a very close encounter of this common duiker, and we hardly get an opportunity to see such a beautiful view, especially while we're driving in the bush, because when they hear a car coming or a game viewer coming, they just stop or free to try to hide or try to move away from us. Oh, Mary, you had him. Beautiful, thank you so much. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a great part of being in the bush. I love it. And so this one, I can let me see whether it has horns, because females, they do have horns sometimes. They do have small little horns, but the males will all have horns all the time. And let me just continue and look. Oh, look how beautiful this antelope is, and look how skinny this is. And I'm sure to a lion it's gonna be like a waffle. Wow, so let's go to another trap camera. Whoa, look what we've got. Oh, it's gone. That was a large spotted genet. Maybe it's gonna come back. Yeah, let me play that again. Yes, look at that. Sneaking just right underneath the fence. Coming to HQ, coming to say hi. Ah, beautiful, 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 Becky. Lovely show, Becky. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's such a great show. It's such a great show and fun. And what I like about it is that the most of the things here, they're happening live, and while hearing such things, so interesting, hearing them from a live camera, and these activities happening here live, it's so interesting. So let's go to another one. Woohoo! Look what we've got. Look, it's gonna jump. It's a bush baby. It's a lesser bush baby. It's gone. Oh, I think it's gone. So let's see whether maybe the next one will have. Oh yeah, look at that. It's gonna jump. Yes, that was a push baby. Let's play it again. Pause. Be there. So that was a bush baby. You can see the tail. And what's so interesting about bush babies, actually, let me charge this phone, my tablet, it's not running very smoothly because I took it for a 2-hour drive, and it needs a charger now. And luckily I do have a charger. It's not my phone, man. It's a tablet. This tablet really it wasn't charging all the time, but yeah, but it stopped charging. Man, I think I will need a charger, like a proper charger here. Go to YouTube. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll use my phone because maybe it's a bit far. And my phone still has a battery. Yes, I was talking about a bush baby. So bush babies are so interesting, but these are animals that you don't really see in the bush because of where they stay. But you'll hear them piercing the night with their calls. Very, very, very interesting and beautiful. And what's so interesting that the males, when they mark their females, they urinate on them, or they will urinate their hands, and then they touch, they rub that urine on their females, and then during that oestrus cycle, what's so interesting is that the females, they can cheat, so they can sleep or mate with up to 6 males. Ooh. Yes. Yes, now I can see properly. Thank you, Mary. Yes, Carol, also known as lesser calico. So when you go to KZN, you'll find the bigger one, which, because at night, oh, here it comes again. So at night you will think it's a baby crying, but these will be bush babies. Yes. So let's go to the next one. It was busy bouncing there, and what's so interesting, they can jump very far, like about 7 feet, about 2.3 meters. Just one leap, it's there. And I don't think I can do that because I just gained weight. Maybe when I was still a boy, I was going to be able to do that, but now I can't. Let's go to another trap camera. Oh, you need to see it sneaking right under the fence. So I believe this one is going to create a cam because what happens is the civets, they do have their special places that they run, especially the males. And then you see their latrines, where in their latrines you'll find exoskeleton of millipedes. And because these are omnivores, they can feed on rodents, feeds on birds, feeds on reptiles. They are known to take down lambs. Oh, they are real machine apex predators. And also eggs. They can also feed on eggs, like birds' eggs, like guinea fowls and other small little birds, and especially ground dwelling or ground nesting birds. So let's go to another one. I think this is the last one. Oh, bush baby again. Look at the camera. So he's thinking of, can I sneak in, or must I jump the fence? So I think this one is still confused on what to do, but I think this one, it will jump instead of sneaking just underneath the fence. Look at that. This thing is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And such a small animal, it has a gestation period of about 125 days. Whoa. A lion again, but we won't go for a lion. So yes, then we're done with our videos, with our clips. So what we're going to do now, we're going for our viewer photos, but it didn't send much photos. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4 photos. So we have 3 photos from viewers, and we have 1 photo from elephant collaring. So this is a very emotional photo of myself, and medically it wasn't a real photo. He created that photo from a video. So I think he took a screenshot or something, but he did some edits there. He did his magic. I don't know what he did, but he came up with a photo from watching this video. So let's go to those. Yes, we have one Matthew G. Oh, this is Mary's sunrise and Pride. Oh, these previous few drives, wow, the sunrise, the sunset was crazy. The sunset was crazy, especially tonight. The sunset was on another level. So this one, I think he took this on the eastern part of the reserve, maybe on the eastern border, but I'm not sure because I can't really see. Oh, by the reservoir, Okay, that's slightly east from the reserve. It's beautiful, beautiful photo, Mehdi. You took it with your phone, brother, or you took it with the camera? Oh, just the phone, Mehdi. Oh, beautiful quality there, brother. Such beautiful light. We are spoiled with these sunrise and sunsets, but this previous weekend was very bad because we couldn't get the feeling of the sunrise and the sunset. Let's go to another one. Look who's on the photo. Yes, we can. Those push are super cute, and you can see. And I did post this. I think it's 2 days ago. I said. Finally having the physical and spiritual connection with my ancestors. This elephant is not dead, it's breathing normally. It's everyone was busy there taking care of the situation. You see the vet was involved, Brenty was involved, VM was involved, and everyone helping there was involved. Like yeah, it's an elephant collaring, and that elephant they were collaring the elephant. I think they were taking the old collar and then exchanging, putting a new one. Oh, it was my first live collaring. Actually, it was my first collaring, like taking part in such a beautiful innovation. It's beautiful. And you can see I'm touching that elephant there, a Tlou, speaking to a Tlou. But I didn't take out any words there. It was just me talking to to this animal in my senses while touching that. Yeah, it's crazy, and the skin is just crazy. It feels different, and I also touched the other part of its foot. Whoa, it is just something else, and you can hear it breathing. Wow, beautiful. So let me go to another clip. Ooh, this clip is from Mike O. Helmeted guinea fowl. Beautiful. These are quite stunning, beautiful, interesting birds to watch, especially on a drive or on a walk, because they make all these beautiful calls. Beautiful, beautiful call, and it's not very much easy to identify between a male and a female. But if you are lucky, if you see the female laying eggs, it will be great to be seeing that. But sometimes the males, they try to make them feel very big. So what they do is you will see them lifting their wings a little bit, give the wings a space between the wings and the body. And the females don't really they don't really do that. And you can see that crest or that crown there on top. So that one you won't even break with your hands. You need maybe a hammer to break that, and sometimes it's not really possible to do that. Maybe if you can use a handsaw, you can grind that. But that thing is very hard. And now I'm going through these questions and comments. It's very small. The alphabet is smaller. RAK, thank you. You like my photo? I love it. I think I'm going to change it, change my profile picture on my social media platforms to that photo. Yeah, so when finally I got to touch and connect with my forefathers. It's great. Oh, this channel has a video of Brand rescuing a bush baby. Oh, so yeah, I think I've watched that. I think I've watched when they were still in wildlife estate, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was wildlife estate before they moved to Pridelands. It was beautiful. And let's see the last photo. Ooh, the last photo is from Mary for Wild, Lakewood in Colorado. I'm sure that was cold. You can see it's very wet. It's very snowy. I haven't really seen snow. I haven't touched snow, and I don't think I'll be part of that because I'm not a fan of cold. And they can see that you just need to be indoors, and I'm just an extrovert. I don't like myself in the house. That's why I always walk around when I'm home, and when I'm here. Sometimes I do stay in the house, but I'm not really a fan of that. But this is such a beautiful photo, stunning photo, and yeah. But sometimes I would like to experience this, where I have to go to Sutherland in Tlou in the Western Cape because that's the coldest place in South Africa. So every winter they do have snow. So I will maybe sometimes go there. But yeah, I'm not sure whether I will be able to spend the whole week there because I will be grumpy the whole time. Oh, it was almost completely melted by the end of that day. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's why you did also share a photo of the sky. I think it was the next day or the same day. The photo of the sky, beautiful. The clouds are great. Yes. So now we're coming to the last part of the show. So coming to the last part of the show, we will be playing with this. With this microscopy. So here I have a spider, and I found these dead actually. These two, the spider and the dragonfly, I found them dead in a pool. So I took them out. So this frog, you can see this frog died because its coloration doesn't look like this, and this to me it looks like a foam nest frog, but I'm not really sure because the outer skin it's just dry. So we'll go through these. I will start with my Spidey, which is a wolf. We've got photos. Yeah, thank you so much. So I'll show you the photo. Maybe we'll show you the photos on the screen, and then yes, we'll discuss a little bit more about our Spideys and our froggy and our dragonfly. Yes, Sugi, I agree with you. There's some beautiful photos there, and that photo was beautiful. Mary for Wild photo was crazily beautiful. So do you have photos, Mary? I think. Oh, look at that! So this is a wolf spider. So you can see the eyes there. And the wolf spiders, they have 8 eyes, but let me just adjust this properly so that I don't crack your eye socket. Let me go there. I want to get those eyes. Look at that. Look at that. So they have 8 eyes. Oh, look at the hair. And these hair, they help the spider when they maneuver because it tells or it alerts the spider leg where it steps during movement. Yo, this is beautiful. And wolf spiders are known to carry their egg sacs on the end part of their abdomen with the spinnerets. Baby spiders or spiderlings, they will carry them on their abdomen. So interesting. So there's an injury, but just want to show you the beauty of this spider. Look at this. and I want to see the mouth part. And these spiders, you see them almost every night, especially when you're using a torch or when your headlamps are on, because they have huge eyes. They reflect back, especially on the roads. And these are ground-dwelling spiders, so they use their power and strength to kill their prey. They don't rely on their spider webs, just like the other spiders, like the golden orb. So when I check the legs there, oh, look at this. So you can see those claws. They're making sure that when they grab their prey, it doesn't slip. So these are carnivorous spiders, small little insects. Wow, look at that. So there are a lot of things that our eyes can't see. Wow. Michaela, sorry about that. Michaela, sorry about that. Yeah, I know some other people are terrified, eh? But this is just things I believe we need to see. It's happening. You can see this hair. Beautiful spider. Wow. Ready? Let's go to the next one. Whew. That was. Michaela, we're done. So this is a dragonfly, but it lost its head. You know, that's amazing, right, Kate? Because every part of its body it's made for survival. Thank you so much. Ah, hello, Peanuts. Nice name. You're scared of spiders, just like my sister. Yo, she doesn't want to see spiders. She doesn't want to see spiders. So this one, it was going to be nice if the head was still there, so they can see those eyes, because it has two eyes, compound eyes, that they take the most space on its head, and we would have seen maybe the tiny little eyes in each compound eye. And those tiny little eyes in one eye compound, there can be about 30,000. So that's why they don't have a problem when they're flying above. They fly very quickly. So you got the wings. Look at that. Well, check those veins. And these are so fragile. And these ones are also carnivorous. They feed on small little insects. All these small creepy crawlies. Whoa. Let me, I don't know why my phone is locking itself. I also love dragonflies, and these ones they can be confused with the adult antlion. And adult antlions, they're active at night, and these ones are active by day mostly. But they also can be active during late afternoon. But the ones that are antlions, they're attracted by light. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Check the map there. Just like a township there in Pretoria, in Gauteng. All those complicated roads. Whoa! Mary, this is beautiful, brother. This is beautiful. So our last part will be this. A froggy. So I need to wash my hands after this. Yeah, grumpy old man. You are very right. The wings look like stained glass. It's beautiful. So I just want to have a look here. I just want to hold it nice and proper, nice and easy. So the backbone of this, yes. So you can see the ribs there. I want to hold this properly. I can't hold this properly. I want these ribs. I want this backbone. Oh. Yes, look at that. This is the backbone of a spidey, and I don't know why my phone is locking itself. I'm trying to remove away the parting here, so the screen doesn't lock itself. And while I'm watching this, while you're watching this, so I can see this thing has been dead for a long time. Dead for a long time. Dead for a long time. And these bones, yes, yes, buddy. So I'm gonna check this backbone, because it consists of 9 vertebrae. So, but I can't really see. So this is a very old dead animal. So I just wanted to see. You can see there's some insects of some sort that made those stains over there. It looks like sand or soil. So that's the end part of it. And let me check. There's an eye here, so I'm going to check the eye, because this one is much smaller compared to a toad, but a toad is much bigger. And these frogs, they don't hibernate actually. They do hide, but when the conditions are favorable, you'll see them emerging from their hiding place. I want the eye. There's the eye. Yes, there's the eye. Yes, the eye. Look at that. So I can tell that this is yeah, the way I'm struggling here, it might become alive and start hopping around. So you can see there's a black stripe in its eye there. So I've noticed that these formless frogs, they do have that line. So this one is telling me that's a formless frog, and they don't like the harsh cold weather, so that's why you don't really see them when it's very cold. And what's so interesting is that they will sit in one spot for months if the conditions are not favorable for them. And look, it's like rocks. Whoa, that was beautiful. Yeah, Mary, that was beautiful. Beautiful people, that was beautiful. That was. That frog came out of the Pharaoh's tomb. Yeah, I don't know where Marcel took this frog, and it's a nice skeleton. And if you can have something that will protect the bones from rotting more, hyena. It will be a cool skeleton to have there, but away from the wind, because the wind will easily take it. And this particular frog, or a species, formless frog, it's so easy to identify them, especially when they are nesting, because you'll see when they lay eggs, they will have these foam nest, especially just on overhanging branches, so that when these what do you call these things, the small frogs, Man, I'm forgetting this name. When the eggs hatches and then they just land in the water. The tadpoles. Yes, the tadpoles from that nest. So they just go straight into a river stream or a dam. Yes, it's easy. Very white and bright. You can see them from a distance in the bush because their color stands out while you're driving. So we see a lot of them, especially summer season. That's where you'll find a lot of them, but now you won't see a lot of them. And what was so interesting, I don't know whether it was Brenty or Yuka on a live drive, they saw a Egyptian goose feeding on that foam nest. I don't know how it tastes like, but I never tried that. I don't think I'll try that, but maybe someday when I'm not far from a clinic or a doctor or a health facility, I might do that. But do not try that, please. Yes, I will be washing my hands, Ray K. So it's very creepy. You need to run. Take care all. Thank you for this wonderful bush camp chat. Thank you, Michaela. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I think this is a end part of the show. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for patience, because the drive didn't, the show didn't start at 7. It started just maybe 20 minutes after 7. But thank you for your patience, and thank you for questions and comments. Thank you for your time, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mary and Marcel, for making sure everything is running smoothly, brother. I really appreciate that. And tomorrow we have a drive. Myself, I'm in a game viewer tomorrow with a camera operator. That is 4 p.m. South African Standard Time. Get your seat, download the app, paintedDog.tv loves you, and have a great night. Nisale buhle. Ngizonibona. Oh, I'm going to leave on Friday. I'll see you in 14 days time on the show. I'm going to have my 2 weeks off. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll see you all in 2 weeks. Love you all. Bye bye.